Alright, for the next problem, we're going to try to complete the square, that is, solve in a situation where factoring doesn't work, and without resorting to the quadratic formula, which can be very cumbersome and unwieldy. So I look at this problem, I see that there's no factor of 1 that combines to -4, so factoring's out. But I do notice that this is an even term, which is going to come in handy later on. If ever there's a single coefficient, that is a simple quadratic, and an even linear factor, then it's going to complete the square quite nicely. So the way we complete the square is we move this 1 to the other side and leave some room. So I'm going to have x squared minus 4x with room equals -1. Now the reason I left some room is because I want to create a perfect square trinomial. Now, to refresh your memory, a perfect square trinomial is one whose last term is a part of this second term. Well, b comes from 2a, knowing 2a. So the mantra that we repeat is half the middle term squared. So half of this -4 is -2. Square that is +4. So I add 4 to both sides. Now this is a perfect square trinomial. If you don't believe me, think of factors of 4 that combine to -4. How about x minus 2 and x minus 2? So x minus 2 squared. Now if you don't want to do that factoring, here's a little shortcut. It's always half that middle term, the thing that we squared in the first place. We found b from b squared. So it's half that middle term squared. Equals -1 plus 4 is 3. Now I take a square root. Now be aware that when you take a square root, that is, you impose a square root where there was none before, you need to have a plus or minus because you're creating two answers. So we have x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus square root of 3. So we add 2 to both sides. X is equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 3. So those are the two solutions for my quadratic equation.